What's up, guys? It is Vexer here, coming to you guys with some Minecraft Redstone, and I am indeed in the testing world. So, here's the deal, straight on with this, because I did this intro probably 4 times now. So basically, for the past, well, about 40 minutes ago, for the past 2 hours, I was creating this machine. I'm not telling you what it is just quite yet, because, I mean, A, you probably know by the title, and B, you might not know from the title. Just saying. So, and I've always wanted to build one of these. I never built one, and just so you know, it is in the testing world now. Yeah, so it's just in here, but yeah. So we're about to show you. I'm about to show you how it works, what it is, and let's just get right into it. So I'll see you there, guys. Peace. So, here it is. Again, I'm not quite sure if you still don't know what it is, but it is a color combination lock. Oh my god, guys, I've been wanting to build one of these for so long. As a matter of fact, just over here, if I can sprint, this is a failed one. This one does not work. And on top of that, I was dumb enough to A, not give myself enough space to have one of these, and B, put my memory reel inside of the damn color wheel. So then once this thing is right here, all I gotta do is count back half of the number of how many blocks are in here, and then boom, I pretty much cracked it. But this one was a little bit smarter. I have its own memory reel. So basically how it works, I'm gonna show you just basically how the player would interact with this. So I purposely set it to where I don't need to push many buttons because I'd be here for a long time, because there's a lot of blocks in this. But basically you come up, so each of these are separate from one another, right? So you push this one, and here's the combo, by the way. So lime, blue, magenta, lime, blue, magenta, right? So that one's done, then you come over here. So this one is pink, black, and purple. So that's it right there. Boom. Come on over here. Here's my Elder God staff. I don't know why I got this. I just thought it was kind of, I don't know why I have this in here. I just kind of thought it was funny. But yeah, and then when you leave, if you're the owner, you just hit some of these buttons, just kind of randomizing, you know. Just kind of, you know, just do your thing, right? But anyways, so I guess let's go on to show you how it works. Now, with this thing almost deconstructed in terms of building, so now we can get kind of a better look at it. So as we can see, this glass is my memory reel, and the same with this one. This is my memory wheel, and this one is obviously all the colors and blocks. Same thing with this one, colors and blocks. Excuse me. So I guess where do we start? I guess we'll start with the button. By the way, I'm gonna do this one and only this one, because this one is basically this one, except this one has a slight complicant, if that's even a word. If it is, it's a badass word. But this one has a slight complicant that makes this one a little bit easier than this one. But they're the exact same things. I just ran into a problem with this one that I had to solve. So I'm gonna do this one and only this one, because again, they're both the same. So let's get into it. So basically, what happens when you push this button? So when you push this button, so basically how a piston feed tape works, again, I'm not the best with piston feed tapes, and if I didn't say that already, I'm just hitting in. But I know for a fact that in terms of like gapless ones, so obviously not gapless like in this term, but there's like, so it's kind of like this. I'm just gonna create one really quick. So let's say like this, like this, like this, and then like this, right? That way, all these blocks are gapless, right? They're gapless, right? But at the same time, you have to have a gap like that. But I mean, like, there's no gap in between, right? I know that one of these should be a sticky piston, because, well, it doesn't have to be, but it makes it a little bit more simpler in a way. So yeah, but I think this one right here would be a stick piston, but that doesn't matter. But because this one has gaps in it and stuff, I didn't want to do that, because it would just further complicate things, because then I'd have to do stuff that I didn't need to do. So I just did single ones, and so basically how it works is you want to make sure that all pistons will receive a 1-tick pulse, because if they don't, they'll be extended for a long time, and it will definitely increase the overall length of of how long it'll take for your piston feed tape to do one loop, which is not good, right? You want to be able to spam the button as quick as you can. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't want to have to do the exact thing, but if you can, right? But for this one, for some reason, I think it was because of the problem I ran into. I had to do like a little bit of adjusting, but so for this one, I couldn't. You can't spam it, but it's pretty quick. I mean, if you take a look. At that point right there, if I hit it again, it wouldn't work. It's kind of like when these things retract. I mean, it's kind of like when these things retract, then you can hit the button again. That's because this one, well, this one is the quickest one. This one's the slowest one. So because this one is the first one to be retracted, that means it's the first one to be extended. This one is the last one to be retracted. This means it's the last one to extend, meaning that it'll get more time to extend. But so basically, these right here are one-tick monostables. So it's basically just a monostable circuit, except it's made into a one-tick pulse. I mean, even though monostable circuits basically are one-tick pulses. But anyways, so this right here is basically what creates the one-tick pulse, and So in my opinion, and I think it's kind of a fact, the max, like the way to get the max speed in your piston feed tape is to do diagonal power. So I'm just gonna do an example over here. So, I mean, this one's probably gonna be smaller, but just for show, right? So let's say, for example, if this is my piston. This is my piston, and my piston. Is that right? No, it's not right. Boom. There's my piston feed tape, right? You want these two pistons to receive a one-tick pulse at the exact same time, because then that row of blocks right there and this row of blocks will all be pushed in front of this piston, or these pistons, at the exact same time, right? So you want these two to have the same exact pulse at the same exact time, right? These ones you want to be 3 ticks slower. It could be 2 ticks, but I don't want to break it. I could try it and see if it'll work, but I'm gonna do that towards the end of the video, because then if it blah blah. So yeah, so at least 3 ticks. It can be more. I don't know if it can be less, but at least 3 ticks. It could be 2, but I went with 3. Because then these will extend, or then these will extend, and because it's a one-tick pulse, it'll extend and retract super quick, right? So it'll extend, retract, and then by the time that the piston will retract, then these ones will have their blocks in front of them, and then they will extend 3 ticks later than the other 2 extended. So then it's like a big loop, right? And then it repeats, right? So that's kind of like how it works, and that's what I did over here. So let me just do a quick read at what I did here. Yeah, so the green line, is it green all the way around? Yeah, it is. So the green line is the one that extends first, and the light blue one is the one that extends second. So the lime green one was one that extends first. So basically, I mean, you can still use repeaters, but it has to be a one-tick pulse. If it's not 1 ticks, so let's say, for example, if I put this to 2, boom, it's not going to work. 2 reasons. 1, because then all this line right here, whoops, getting caught. All this line right here will all be a 2-tick pulse, which is what we want, because then the piston will take too long to extend and retract. So it has to be 1-tick pulse. And the second reason is because then this line right here will be 1 tick behind this line right here. In other words, those 2 pistons right there will be 1 tick behind these 2 pistons, which is what we want, because we want the diagonal pistons to extend and retract at the exact same time. Same with these ones. We want these ones to extend and retract at the exact same time, right? So they do, right? And so yeah, so they do. And the way you achieve that is, I mean, it's kind of just straightforward. Just build a monostable circuit, put a repeater out, and then just kind of do your thing, right? I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. So, it's funny, kind of funny I say that actually, but it took me about 2 hours to build, so I guess it's not. But yeah, so that's how that one works. And this is kind of like where the complicated thing came into play. So for the second one, so for this one over here, it was a little bit easier. I don't exactly know why. I guess it was because I have more room to play with, and I did play with it. I definitely did not really like space consume, if that's even a word or a phrase at all. I definitely didn't really space consume over here, so it's a little bit bigger than this one because I had no choice to make this one smaller than that one because I ran out of space. But right here is like super compact tightness right here. So let me just get rid of this block so I can get. Let me just get rid of these blocks so I can get in here. So that one, the input's right here, and I have two monostables. This right here is where the non-compactness came into play. This monostable right here is really over on my side, or this one side. So, excuse me. So, but this one you'll notice the input's right here, but the blue monostable circuit is right over here, and the green one is over there. So that's already different, right? So, but I mean, you know, it's alright, I guess. So, but basically, why the blue one is really hard is because I was really like struggling to find a solution to all the problems I had. There were so many problems that were just all fucked up and messed up in the head, and I couldn't figure it out correctly, and it was really frustrating. So this small part alone, I mean the input, but mostly this part right here took me 20 minutes. And then this giant line over here took me probably 10 minutes, just because I couldn't figure out why these pistons weren't extending, and it's because, well, there was not enough redstone signal, but there was enough redstone signal, but I don't even know, honestly. I still don't really know. It doesn't make sense to me, but basically, apparently, there was enough redstone signal strength when I fully, constantly powered it with a lever, but when I sent a one tick pulse through, apparently there was not enough redstone signal, apparently. So that one didn't make sense, so I had to do a redesign of that, which I did, and now it works. And I think this part over here is why I can't go really fast. But, I mean, honestly, maybe if it's not this, then it has to be this part, because other than that, not that specific area, but that blue line right there, and that little area right on there. Other than those two things, these ones and these ones are the exact same thing. They're just wired a little bit differently, but they literally are the exact same things. They're wired the same, but physically they're different. But mentally they're the same because they have the same ticks, they have the same pattern, they have the same everything, right? So, but yeah, it works. And then so the reason you have a memory reel, right? So first of all, the memory reel is really easy to hook up because it's literally just another. It's literally just another. Bobby, what is it called again? It's literally just another piston feed tape, except it has not solid blocks in it. So it has like all solid blocks except one, right? So yeah, but you know. Okay, sorry for that random ass cut. I had to reuse a washer like extremely bad, and I wanted to make sure my door was closed. But anyways, so yeah, so basically the point of a memory reel. So basically, what a memory reel is, the colors are just kind of for show, kind of, but the memory reel is like what stores the correct combination. So basically, for right here, as you can tell, these are all glass except that gold block, right? I put a gold block not because I like gold, but because you know, that's useless. But the reason that you want it all to be glass, in other words, you want every block in the memory reel to be a transparent block except one. The reason you want it to be is because, and then you want this setup right here. And the reason you want this is because when the solid block comes to where this block is, so just for example, boom, then it'll power, and then it goes out to this AND gate, and then, sorry guys, I'm feeling kind of like nauseous right now, I can't lie, but yeah, so once this is a solid block, it will power through, power this repeater, power all this, which will power this not with this AND gate, but it'll power one side, meaning that all this stuff is still powered, meaning that the redstone signal is off, which means all that over there leading to the door is off, right? Until, that is, this one turns off, right? Or turns on, I guess you could say, right? As soon as this turns off, then the AND gate is turned off fully because both sides are powered, right? Which will give an output, which will go over here, which will turn off, which will open up our door, right? So, oh no, okay, yeah, never mind. But realistically, what the memory reel does is it literally is what's responsible for opening / closing the door, right? Because in this case, right? I have so in this case, the gold block will go in line over there when this pattern right here is lime, blue, and magenta. When those are lined up, that is when that is the colors that will show when the gold block is lined up. Over here, it is pink, black, and purple. So So over here, the gold block will line up right over there when pink, black, and purple is shown up, right? So, as a matter of fact, there they are right there, pink, black, and purple. Where's ours over here? Right there. Lime, blue, magenta, right? So that's kind of like when it is, right? And you can see that lime, blue, and magenta is exactly the opposite of where the gold block is. So then by the time those blocks are over here, the gold block will be over there, right? So you know what I'm saying? It's kind of just like I was gonna say it's a chain reaction, but it's not. It's kind of just it's like a system that has to work in a perfect order. But honestly, that's pretty much it. I mean, that's kind of like how it works. It's not too complicated. I mean, obviously it was for me for reasons unknown still. But this was a really fun project. Took me a couple hours, but it was definitely worth it. And I'm, by the way, before you guys say it, I'm well aware of the fact that this is so ginormous. Don't even make fun of me. I'm well aware of the fact. But anyway, guys, but yeah, so I don't know. Also, guys, right now it is 11 o'clock on Saturday, I think. Yes, Saturday the 8th. I do plan on uploading an MK11 game right now, or probably right after I record this, probably. So just so you guys are aware. But anyways, to the outro. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. It was pretty fun to make. This thing was a really fun thing to build. It was kind of annoying at times, frustrating at times. But you know what? That's how it'd be like that sometimes. So, but anyways, guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this video wasn't too long because it was just explaining. But this is a little bit of a complicated one. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Peace.